Hey there, and welcome back. We're diving deep into building AI applications.
Specifically on Google Cloud.
You got it. We've got excerpts from Google Cloud's own docs on building with Gemini.
Oh, and a guide to developing generative AI apps.
Yeah, and we even found some practical tips for using Vertex AI.
We're going to help you see how these tools and concepts all fit together.
So let's jump right in. One of the most intriguing things I've found is Google Cloud's AI collaborator.
Gemini.
Yeah, Gemini. It's not some external tool.
No, this AI actually lives within Google Cloud.
And the documentation really emphasizes how it's designed for, well, developers of all experience levels.
Imagine having a super smart coding buddy who can answer your questions, help you explore different options, even suggest code snippets.
That sounds pretty awesome.
It really is. It's like having a Google Cloud expert right there in your IDE. And what's even cooler?
What's that?
Gemini can actually analyze your existing code to give you more relevant and contextualized responses.
Wait, seriously? So it's not just a generic chatbot?
No. It can actually understand what you're working on.
Wow.
And tailor its responses accordingly.
Okay, color me impressed.
Yeah.
But before we get too carried away, I do want to acknowledge that Gemini is still under development.
Right.
So while it has immense potential, it's always wise to double-check its output and use our own judgment.
Absolutely. It's important to be aware of its limitations.
For sure.
And use it as a helpful guide, not a replacement for our own expertise.
Okay, so let's talk about a practical example of how Gemini can be used.
Okay.
The source material walks us through building a simple inventory application. And one of the first decisions you might face is
whether to use Cloud Run or Cloud Functions.
Yeah, and guess what?
Yeah.
Gemini can help you with that.
It's true. You can literally ask Gemini, what's the difference between Cloud Run and Cloud Functions? And it'll break it down for you.
That's so cool.
In a way that's easy to understand.
So no more scouring through pages of documentation just to figure out which service is right for your project.
Exactly. And to give you a quick rundown, Cloud Run is ideal for containerized applications. Think of those as self-contained packages of your code that can run anywhere.
Gotcha.
Cloud Functions, on the other hand, are perfect for those small, event-driven pieces of code that are triggered by something specific, like a file upload.
This is where Gemini's guidance becomes so valuable, especially for someone who might be new to Google Cloud.
For sure.
It's like having a personal tutor, walking you through the different options and helping you choose the best one for your specific needs.
It can save you a lot of time and frustration.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can even ask it follow-up questions to make sure you fully understand the implications of each choice.
All right, so let's say we've chosen Cloud Run for our inventory app.
Okay.
The source material then guides us through the process of building a Hello World application.
With a twist.
With a twist. It starts with Gemini helping you generate a basic Cloud Run app using tools like VS Code and the Cloud Code extension.
Now, for those who aren't familiar, VS Code is a popular code editor.
Right.
And the Cloud Code extension basically supercharges it for Google Cloud development.
Okay.
It provides all sorts of helpful features like code completion, debugging tools, and easy integration with Google Cloud services.
So it's like having a specialized toolkit for building and deploying your apps on Google Cloud.
Right. And what makes this Hello World example interesting is that
it doesn't stop there.
It doesn't stop there. The source material actually walks you through modifying the app to work with real inventory data.
Okay.
This is where Gemini's code generation features really shine.
So instead of just a basic Hello World message, we're actually building a functional app that can interact with data.
And here's the best part.
Okay.
You can literally tell Gemini what you want the code to do.
Oh, wow.
For instance, you could say, generate an API route to display inventory items in JSON format, and it will actually write the code for you.
Wait, hold on. Are you telling me I can just describe what I want?
Yes.
And Gemini will spit out the code?
It's pretty amazing.
That's like magic.
It can save you so much time and effort,
Yeah.
especially for common tasks like creating API endpoints.
Now I'm starting to understand why everyone's so excited about Gemini.
It's a game changer for developers of all levels.
It really seems like it.
It has the potential to democratize AI development.
Wow.
And make building sophisticated applications on Google Cloud more accessible than ever before.
Okay, before we move on to the next section, I want to make sure I understand this correctly.
Okay.
We've chosen Cloud Run. with the help of Gemini.
Right.
And then we use Gemini's code generation capabilities to create an API route for our inventory app.
You got it. And the source material even provides specific URLs for testing your API route.
Oh, that's helpful.
So you can make sure everything is working as expected. It's like having a built-in checklist
Nice.
to guide you through the development process.
Okay, that's really helpful.
Yeah.
So we've got our basic app up and running, but how do we actually deploy it to Google Cloud?
That's where Cloud Code comes back into play.
Okay.
It provides a seamless way to deploy your application to Cloud Run.
And just to refresh our memory, Cloud Code is that handy extension for VS Code
That's right.
that we mentioned earlier.
It simplifies the deployment process
I think.
and makes it surprisingly straightforward.
So what's actually happening behind the scenes when we deploy with Cloud Code?
Well, Cloud Code uses Docker as its builder. Docker is a popular tool for creating and managing containers, which are those self-contained packages of your application and its dependencies.
Right.
Cloud Code takes care of building your application into a Docker image, pushing it to Google's container registry, and then deploying it to the Cloud Run service.
Wow, that's a lot happening behind the scenes. But from a developer's perspective, it sounds pretty simple.
It is.
You just tell Cloud Code to deploy,
Yeah.
and it takes care of the rest.
Exactly. Google Cloud has done a great job of abstracting away the complexities of deployment, making it much easier for developers to get their apps up and running quickly.
Okay.
And it's worth mentioning that the source material emphasizes the importance of cleaning up resources after you're done to avoid unnecessary charges on your Google Cloud account.
Yeah, that's a helpful reminder. Now, we've talked a lot about Gemini and its role in building a simple inventory app. But I'm curious, what are some other ways developers are using Gemini for more complex tasks?
That's a great question. One area where Gemini is really starting to shine is in the realm of generative AI development.
Generative AI. Now, that sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Tell me more.
It is a bit like something out of science fiction, isn't it? But it's becoming increasingly real and accessible with tools like Gemini.
Yeah.
Think about it. Instead of just writing code to perform specific tasks, you're teaching machines to be creative.
So instead of giving a computer step-by-step instructions, we're saying, here's a bunch of data, now learn from it and create something new.
Exactly. And one of the most common types of generative AI models is the large language model, or LLM.
LLM.
These models are trained on massive amounts of text data, allowing them to understand the nuances of language and generate human quality text.
Okay, so we're giving these LLMs tons of text to learn from.
Right.
But how do we actually get them to create something specific? How do we tell them what we want?
That's where the art of prompt design comes in.
Okay.
By crafting clever and specific prompts, we can guide these models to generate the kind of output we're looking for.
So instead of saying, write a poem,
Right.
we might give it a few lines as a starting point.
Exactly.
Or specify a theme or style.
It's a fascinating process.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's one area where Gemini can really help.
How so?
It can assist you in crafting effective prompts, exploring different options, and refining your approach to get the desired results.
Now, when it comes to generative AI, it sounds like choosing the right model for your project is crucial.
It is.
What factors should developers consider when making this decision?
Well, one of the first things to consider is the model's modality.
Modality.
This refers to the type of data it's trained on and specializes in.
Okay.
Some models are great for text, while others excel at images, audio, or even code.
So if I wanted to build an app that could generate photorealistic images from text descriptions,
Yes.
I'd need to choose a model specifically trained on both text and image data.
Exactly. And Google Cloud offers a wealth of resources for exploring different generative AI models. Their model garden showcases a wide range of models, both from Google and the open source community.
Nice.
And Vertex AI provides a platform for experimenting with and deploying these models.
Okay, that makes sense. Modality is definitely an important factor.
It is.
What else should developers consider when choosing a generative AI model?
Another important consideration is the model's size, often measured by the number of parameters it contains.
Gotcha.
Larger models tend to be more capable of learning complex patterns and generating higher quality outputs.
So bigger is always better.
Not necessarily. There's a trade-off.
Oh, okay.
Larger models can be more computationally expensive and might require more time to generate results.
Right.
It's all about finding the right balance between capabilities, cost, and performance requirements.
That makes sense. It's like choosing the right tool for the job.
Exactly.
Sometimes you need a heavy-duty hammer.
Right.
Sometimes a small screwdriver will do.
And thankfully, Google Cloud provides tools and resources to help you experiment with different models
That's great.
and find the one that best fits your specific needs and budget.
So let's say we've chosen a model for our project.
Okay.
Is it ready to go right out of the box?
Right.
Or are there ways to customize its behavior?
That's a great question. While some models might perform well with minimal adjustments, there are powerful techniques for customizing them to better suit your needs.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more about these customization techniques.
Okay.
What kind of sorcery are we talking about here?
One powerful technique is called function calling.
Oh,
This allows you to extend the capabilities of your model by connecting it to external functions or pre-built tools.
so instead of relying solely on the model's internal knowledge,
Right.
we can empower it to interact with real-world data sources and services.
Exactly. Imagine you have a model that can extract information from text documents.
Okay.
With function calling, you could connect it to a third-party API that allows it to book a reservation or order a product based on the information it extracted.
Wow, that's incredibly powerful.
It is.
It opens up a whole new realm of possibilities for building truly intelligent and interactive applications.
It does. And Google Cloud provides a feature called Vertex AI Extensions,
Okay.
which is closely related to function calling.
Gotcha.
It offers pre-built solutions for common tasks like connecting to external APIs, which can save you a lot of development time.
So function calling gives you more flexibility,
Yes.
while Vertex AI extensions offer a more streamlined approach for common use cases.
Exactly. It's all about choosing the right tool for the job.
Right.
And Google Cloud provides a variety of options to suit different needs.
Now, another customization technique I came across is grounding. What exactly does that mean in the context of generative AI?
Grounding is all about enhancing the trustworthiness and factual accuracy of your model's output.
Right.
It's about making sure it doesn't hallucinate or make things up.
Right, because while these models can be incredibly creative,
Yes.
they don't always have a firm grasp of reality, do they?
Exactly. And one common approach to grounding is retrieval augmented generation,
Okay.
or AGREG.
Ragged.
This involves connecting your model to a data source and using search functionality to retrieve relevant information.
So instead of just relying on its internal knowledge,
Right.
the model can pull in real-world data to support its responses. That sounds like a much more reliable approach.
It is. And to make this process efficient, ARJA often uses something called vector embeddings.
Okay.
These are numerical representations of data that allow us to quickly search and retrieve relevant information based on semantic similarity.
So we're basically teaching the model to understand the meaning of data
Yes.
and find the most relevant information rather than just matching keywords.
Precisely. And Google Cloud provides tools like AlloyDB for PostgreSQL, which can be used to set up these embedding workflows and build powerful, grounded, generative AI applications.
Okay, so we've chosen a model,
Right.
customized it using techniques like function calling and grounding, and now we're ready to unleash it on the world. But how do we actually evaluate its performance? How do we know if our model is doing a good job?
Evaluating a generative AI model is crucial
It is.
to ensure it meets your quality and performance standards.
Right.
There are a few different approaches to this,
Yeah.
each with its own strengths and weaknesses.
Let's start with metrics-based evaluation. What are some common metrics used to assess the performance of generative AI models?
For tasks like text classification or question answering, where there's a clear right or wrong answer,
Right.
we can use metrics like accuracy, precision, recall, and the F1 score.
Okay.
These give us a quantitative measure of how well the model is performing.
So we can actually put a number on how smart our AI is.
In a way, yes. But when it comes to generative tasks like text generation or image synthesis,
Right.
things get a bit trickier.
I bet.
It's not always easy to objectively measure the quality of the output.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Metrics like BLU or Rouge are often used to compare the similarity between generated text and reference text, but they don't always capture the nuances of human language and creativity.
So while those metrics can be helpful, they might not tell the whole story.
Exactly. And that's where human evaluation comes in. We can have human evaluators compare different models or variations of a model.
Gotcha.
And provide feedback on which one generates the most natural sounding text or the most aesthetically pleasing images.
So ultimately, it's the human eye and ear that judge the true quality of the output.
Often, yes. Human evaluation can be more labor-intensive. but it provides valuable insights that might be missed by purely automated metrics.
And I imagine it can be helpful in identifying areas where the model might be biased
Absolutely.
or generating outputs that are insensitive or offensive.
Human evaluation plays a crucial role in ensuring that our AI systems are aligned with our values and ethical standards.
Now, Google Cloud also offers a really interesting approach called automatic side-by-side evaluation within Vertex AI.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about that?
Absolutely. This approach involves comparing the output of two models against the ground truth, the ideal response,
Okay.
and then using a larger third model to act as a judge and select the higher quality output. It's like having an AI referee determine which model wins the competition.
That's fascinating. So it's like a three-way evaluation process.
Right.
We have two models competing against each other.
Yeah.
And then a third model acting as the ultimate judge.
Exactly. And this can be a much faster and more efficient way to evaluate models than relying solely on human evaluation.
Okay, we've chosen a model, customized it, and evaluated its performance. The final step is deployment.
Yes.
How do we actually get our generative AI model out there working its magic in the real world?
Deploying a generative AI model involves making it available for online prediction serving.
Okay.
This means setting up an endpoint and allocating the necessary computational resources.
And this is where Google Cloud's infrastructure really comes into play, right?
Absolutely. Google Cloud offers a variety of deployment options, both fully managed and self-managed.
Gotcha.
With fully managed services like those provided by Vertex AI, you just specify the desired machine type and accelerators, and Google Cloud takes care of the rest.
So I don't have to worry about setting up servers or managing load balancers. I can just focus on building my awesome AI application.
Exactly. But if you do need more granular control over your resources or have specific performance requirements, you can opt for a self-managed deployment on platforms like Google Kubernetes Engine or GKE.
GKE. Now, that sounds familiar. We mentioned it earlier when talking about deploying the Hello World app with Cloud Run.
Yes. GKE is a powerful platform for deploying and managing containerized applications at scale, and Vertex AI seamlessly integrates with GKE, making it a great option for deploying generative AI models as well.
Okay, so we've got options.
We do.
Fully managed services for ease of use.
Right.
Or self-managed platforms like GKE for more control and flexibility. It sounds like Google Cloud has us covered no matter what our deployment needs might be.
They really do. And as you develop and deploy more machine learning models, it becomes crucial to have a system for managing them effectively.
You're talking about model management, right?
Exactly.
Keeping track of all these different models, their versions, their performance over time.
It's like having a well-organized library for your AI models.
Nice.
And Vertex AI provides a suite of MLOps tools to help you manage the entire machine learning lifecycle.
MLOps. Sounds like DevOps for machine learning.
You could think of it that way.
Okay.
It's about bringing best practices from software development to the world of machine learning.
Gotcha.
Streamlining the process of building, deploying, and managing models.
So what kind of MLOps capabilities does Vertex AI offer?
Well, you've got tools for tracking experiments, logging model artifacts, managing model versions, and monitoring performance over time.
Nice.
It's like having a comprehensive audit trail for your machine learning development process.
That sounds incredibly valuable, especially for collaboration.
It is.
Reproducibility.
Yes.
And ensuring the reliability and accountability of our AI models.
Absolutely. And Vertex AI is constantly evolving with new features and capabilities being added all the time.
That's great.
It's a really exciting platform to be working with.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. From the basic concepts of generative AI to the complexities of deployment and model management. But before we wrap up, there's one more area I'm really curious about.
Okay.
Multimodal AI.
Ah, yes. Multimodal AI is where things get really interesting. It's about moving beyond the limitations of single modality processing and embracing the richness of human communication and perception.
So instead of just processing text or images in isolation, we're building models that can understand and integrate information from multiple sources simultaneously.
Exactly. It's like we're moving from a world of black and white to a world of vibrant color.
Wow.
Multimodal AI allows us to create applications that can understand and interact with the world in a much more human-like way.
That's amazing. Can you give me some specific examples of what's possible with multimodal AI?
Imagine an AI system that can watch a video, understand the spoken dialogue, analyze the visual content, and then generate a comprehensive summary of the key events, all while taking into account the emotional tone of the speakers.
Wow, that's incredible.
It is.
Or what about an AI system that can translate speech in real time?
Yes.
But not just the words, but also the speaker's tone and emotion.
Precisely. And think about the possibilities for accessibility. We could create AI systems that can describe images to people who are visually impaired, or generate captions for videos in real time to assist those who are deaf or hard of hearing.
Its possibilities are truly endless. But how is this all actually possible?
Yeah.
What are the key technologies that are driving the advancement of multimodal AI?
One of the key technologies is the development of multimodal foundation models.
Okay.
These are models that are designed from the ground up to handle multimodality.
Gotcha.
They can seamlessly process and generate information from text, images, video, audio, and even code.
So instead of having separate models for each modality,
Right.
we have these universal AI engines that can handle anything we throw at them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Google's Gemini is a prime example of a multimodal foundation model.
It's designed to be incredibly versatile and adaptable,
That's cool.
making it a powerful tool for building all sorts of multimodal applications.
That's fascinating. It sounds like Gemini is playing a pivotal role in making multimodal AI a reality.
It is.
What other technologies are contributing to this revolution?
Another key technology is the advancement of embedding techniques.
Okay.
These are methods for representing different modalities as numerical vectors, capturing their semantic meaning.
So we can represent a text passage,
Yeah.
an image,
Huh?
and an audio clip as vectors that capture their underlying concepts and relationships.
Exactly. And this allows us to compare and combine information from different modalities in a meaningful way.
Wow.
For example, we can search for images that are semantically similar to a text query, or generate captions for images that accurately describe their content.
That's incredible. It sounds like embedding techniques are the glue that holds multimodal AI together,
They are.
allowing us to weave together different forms of information into a coherent whole. They really are. And Google Cloud provides a range of tools and services that leverage these technologies,
That's great.
making it easier for developers to build powerful multimodal applications.
Let's talk about some of those tools and services.
Okay.
What does Google Cloud offer to developers who want to explore the world of multimodal AI?
One key offering is Vertex AI Vision.
Okay.
This service provides pre-trained models and APIs for a wide range of visual tasks, such as image classification, object detection, and optical character recognition, or OCR.
So if I wanted to build an app that could recognize different types of objects in an image,
Yes.
I could use Vertex AI Vision to do that.
Exactly. And it's not just about recognizing objects.
Hi.
Vertex AI Vision can also be used to analyze images for sentiment,
Oh, wow.
understand the context of a scene, and even generate captions that describe the image.
That's amazing. It sounds like Vertex AI Vision is like having a super-powered visual cortex in the cloud.
It really is. And to complement Vertex AI Vision, Google Cloud also offers Vertex AI Natural Language.
Okay.
This service provides pre-trained models and APIs for a wide range of language-based tasks, such as text classification, sentiment analysis, and language translation.
So if I wanted to build an app that could understand the emotional tone of a piece of text
Yes.
or translate it into a different language, I could use Vertex AI Natural Language.
Exactly. And it's not just about basic text processing.
Okay.
Vertex AI Natural Language can also be used to analyze text for entities, relationships, and even intent.
Wow.
It can help you understand what a piece of text is about and what the author is trying to convey.
That's incredibly powerful. And just like Vertex AI Vision can analyze images for sentiment,
Yes,
Vertex AI Natural Language can do the same for text.
that's right.
So we can get a complete picture of the emotional tone of a piece of content, regardless of whether it's an image, a text message, or a video.
Exactly. And the beauty of it all is that these tools can be used in conjunction with Gemini to build truly sophisticated multimodal AI applications. Imagine combining the visual understanding of Vertex AI Vision, the linguistic intelligence of Vertex AI Natural Language, and the multimodal mastery of Gemini. The possibilities are mind-boggling.
This is truly groundbreaking stuff. I'm starting to feel like we're living in the future.
It is exciting, isn't it? But As with any powerful technology,
Yes.
it's crucial to use it responsibly and ethically.
That's a really important point.
It
We
is.
can't just blindly chase after the latest technological advancements without considering the potential consequences.
Exactly. As we move further into the realm of multimodal AI,
Right.
it's more important than ever to be mindful of the ethical implications and to develop these systems in a way that aligns with human values and promotes fairness, inclusivity, and privacy.
I'm glad you brought that up. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of all this incredible technology. But we need to remember that it's just a tool.
Right.
It's up to us as developers and as a society to ensure that it's used for good and that it benefits everyone, not just a select few.
I couldn't agree more. We need to approach AI development with a sense of responsibility and a commitment to building a better future for everyone.
Well said. This has been an incredible journey into the world of multimodal AI.
It has.
It's clear that Google Cloud is leading the way in making this technology accessible and practical, but it's also encouraging to see their emphasis on responsible AI development.
Absolutely. They're providing developers with the tools and resources they need to build innovative and impactful AI applications.
Right.
But they're also reminding us that we have a responsibility to use these tools wisely and ethically.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
Wait, how?
We've explored the power of Gemini, delved into the intricacies of generative AI,
Right.
and even ventured into the uncharted territory of multimodal AI.
Yes.
But before we wrap up, there's one more topic I'd like to touch on.
What's it?
Vertex AI.
Okay.
We've mentioned it throughout this episode, but I think it deserves a closer look.
It does.
It seems to be a key player in the Google Cloud AI ecosystem.
You're absolutely right. Vertex AI is a powerful platform that provides a comprehensive suite of tools for building, training, and deploying machine learning models.
Wow.
It's essentially a one-stop shop for all things machine learning.
So whether you're a seasoned data scientist or just starting out, Vertex AI has something to offer.
Exactly. It's designed to make machine learning accessible to developers of all skill levels, and it offers a wide range of capabilities,
Okay.
from pre-built algorithms and AutoML to custom model development and MLOps tools for managing the entire machine learning lifecycle.
Okay, that's a lot to unpack. Let's start with the basics.
Okay.
What are some of the key features of Vertex AI that make it so powerful and versatile?
Well, one of the things that makes Vertex AI so compelling is its flexibility.
Okay.
You're not limited to a specific set of tools or techniques. You can choose from a variety of pre-built algorithms, or you can build your own custom models using popular frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch.
So I can use the tools I am already familiar with and comfortable using.
Exactly. Vertex AI provides the infrastructure and resources to support your machine learning workflows, regardless of your preferred approach.
Now, you mentioned AutoML. That sounds intriguing.
It is.
Can you tell me more about it?
AutoML is a game changer, especially for developers who may not have deep expertise in machine learning.
Okay.
It essentially automates the process of building machine learning models.
Wait, so I can just provide my data and specify what I want to achieve,
Yes.
and Vertex AI will automatically build the best possible model for me.
That's the idea. With AutoML,
That's pretty cool.
Vertex AI will explore different model architectures and hyperparameters to find the one that performs best for your specific task.
So it's like having an AI assistant that builds your machine learning models for you.
Precisely. And this can save you a tremendous amount of time and effort, especially if you're new to machine learning or if you need to experiment with different models quickly.
Okay, I'm sold. AutoML sounds like a fantastic feature for developers of all levels.
It is.
Now, once I've built my machine learning model, how do I actually deploy it and make it available for use?
That's another area where Vertex AI shines. It provides a variety of deployment options, making it easy to get your models up and running and serving predictions.
What are some of the main options for deploying a machine learning model on Vertex AI?
One option is to deploy your model to a Vertex AI endpoint. This is essentially a web service that exposes your model for online prediction serving.
Gotcha.
You can send requests to the endpoint with your input data, and it will return predictions from your model.
So it's like having a dedicated API for my machine learning model.
Exactly. And Vertex AI endpoints are fully managed,
Okay.
meaning that Google Cloud takes care of the underlying infrastructure and scaling.
Nice.
You don't have to worry about setting up servers or managing load balancers.
That sounds incredibly convenient.
Yeah.
And it frees me up to focus on the more interesting aspects of AI development, like building the models and refining their performance.
Right. But if you do need more control over your deployment environment or have specific scaling requirements,
Right.
you can also deploy your model to a container.
Okay, containers. We've talked about those before.
Yes.
They're those lightweight portable packages that contain your model code and all its dependencies.
Exactly. And you can deploy containers to a variety of environments, including Google Kubernetes Engine
Okay.
or GKE.
GKE again. Seems to be popping up everywhere in our conversation today.
It's a very versatile platform.
Yeah, it really seems like it.
And it's a great option for deploying machine learning models, especially if you need more control over the deployment process or if you have specific scaling needs.
Okay, so we've got options for deploying our models.
We do.
Vertex AI endpoints
Right.
for a fully managed experience,
Right.
or containers for more flexibility and control. What else do we need to know about Vertex AI?
Well, once you start developing and deploying more machine learning models, it becomes crucial to have a system for managing them effectively.
Right.
This is where MLOps comes in.
Right. MLOps, we talked about that earlier in the context of generative AI.
Yes.
It's all about bringing best practices from software development to the world of machine learning.
Exactly. And Vertex AI provides a suite of MLOps tools to help you manage the entire machine learning lifecycle, from experimentation and development to deployment and monitoring.
So what kind of MLOps capabilities does Vertex AI offer?
Well, you've got tools for tracking experiments, logging model artifacts,
Gotcha.
managing model versions, and monitoring model performance over time.
Nice.
It's like having a comprehensive audit trail for your machine learning development process.
That sounds incredibly valuable.
It is.
Especially for collaboration, reproducibility, and ensuring the reliability and accountability of our models.
Absolutely. And Vertex AI is constantly evolving with new features and capabilities being added all the time.
That's great.
It's a really exciting platform to be working with.
I'm starting to see why Vertex AI is such a popular choice for developers building AI applications on Google Cloud.
Yeah.
It seems to offer everything you need, all in one place.
It really does.
It's a powerful and versatile platform that can help you build, train, deploy, and manage your machine learning models with ease.
That's right.
You know, it's funny. We often talk about AI understanding things.
Right.
Like we say, Vertex AI Vision can understand the context of an image. But what does that actually mean for a machine?
That's a great question. It gets to the heart of what makes multimodal AI so fascinating.
Yeah.
When we talk about an AI understanding something, we're really talking about its ability to process information in a way that's analogous to human understanding.
So it's not like the AI is consciously thinking or feeling emotions.
Right.
But it's able to analyze data and make connections in a way that resembles human cognition.
Exactly. Take Vertex AI Vision, for example.
Okay.
It doesn't see an image the way we do.
Right.
It breaks the image down into numerical data points.
Okay.
And analyzes those data points based on patterns it's learned from massive data sets.
So it's identifying edges, shapes, colors, and textures, and then comparing those features to its internal library of knowledge to determine what's in the image.
Precisely. And the more data it's trained on, the more sophisticated its understanding becomes. It can start to recognize not just individual objects, but also the relationships between those objects, the overall scene, and even the emotional tone conveyed by the image.
That's incredible. It's like the AI is learning to read images in a way that's similar to how we read text.
That's a great analogy. And just like we can infer meaning from text based on context, grammar, and word choice, Vertex AI Vision can infer meaning from images based on composition, lighting, and other visual cues.
Now, you mentioned that Vertex AI Vision can even analyze images for sentiment.
Yes.
How does that work? I mean, emotions seem so subjective and nuanced.
Right.
How can an AI possibly grasp something as complex as human emotion?
It's a fascinating area of research. It involves training the AI on data sets of images that have been tagged with emotional labels, such as happy, sad, angry, or peaceful.
Gotcha.
By analyzing the visual features of these images, the AI learns to associate certain patterns with certain emotions.
So it might learn that images with bright colors and smiling faces tend to be associated with happiness, while images with dark colors and frowning faces are more likely to be associated with sadness.
Exactly. And it's not just about facial expressions. The AI can also analyze body language, the overall composition of the image, and even the use of color and light to infer emotional tone.
That's mind-blowing. So the AI is developing a form of emotional intelligence.
Yeah. In a way, yes. And this ability to understand and process emotional cues is crucial for building AI systems that can interact with humans in a more natural and intuitive way.
Absolutely. I can see how this would be essential for things like virtual assistants,
Right.
chat
Yeah.
bots, and even social media platforms that want to better understand how users are feeling and responding to content.
Exactly. And it's not just about understanding emotions in isolation.
Right.
It's about integrating that understanding with other forms of information to create a more holistic and nuanced picture.
So, for example, a social media platform could combine sentiment analysis of text posts with
Yes.
emotional analysis of images to get a better sense of how users are feeling about a particular topic or event.
Precisely. And by combining these multimodal insights, the platform could tailor its content recommendations,
Oh, wow.
moderate discussions more effectively,
Hmm.
and even provide support to users who might be struggling with negative emotions.
That's incredible. It's like we're building AI systems that can not only understand us intellectually, but also empathize with us emotionally.
It's a powerful concept, and it highlights the transformative potential of multimodal AI.
Yeah, it really does.
By weaving together different forms of information and intelligence, we can create AI systems that are more human-like, more intuitive, and ultimately more beneficial to society.
This deep dive has been truly eye-opening.
It has.
It's amazing to see how far AI has come, and I'm incredibly excited about the possibilities that multimodal AI is unlocking.
I share your enthusiasm. It's a rapidly evolving field, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
And as we continue to push the boundaries of AI, it's crucial to remember the importance of responsible development.
Absolutely.
We need to ensure that these powerful technologies are used for good and that they benefit all of humanity.
It's a responsibility we all share.
Well, I think it's time to wrap up this incredible deep dive. Thanks for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery.
It's been a pleasure.
And to our listeners, we encourage you to keep exploring the world of AI and to join us in shaping a future where technology empowers and inspires us all.
Until next time, keep learning and keep innovating.